Hey everyone, welcome to what is probably the most anticipated video ever on my channel, I'd say. Apart from maybe the return of Operation Anderson, but we'll get onto that later. Yeah, it's the 5k Q&A, as you can tell by the title. A lot of you guys have been asking where it is. It's finally here now, and hopefully it's going to be pretty interesting. Before we start, of course, 5k subscribers. Pretty amazing, really. Especially considering at the start of the year, we were sitting here on around, well, at the start of the year, start of the FIFA year, we were sitting on around 340 subscribers about a year ago today at the end of August. Yeah, and I've already been doing some YouTube stuff for around 2 years at that point, just messing about and whatever. But this year, it's gone very well. It's a bit of an understatement. We have hit 5,000 of you, which is, yeah, I've already said it, it's amazing, really. So just thank you, everyone, for all the support. Even when FIFA's been dead, we've still been gaining subscribers, which I think is really good. Surprising that people are still wanting to watch me, especially still watching the streams in August, when obviously more people were hyped about the new FIFA and playing other games and stuff like that. So anyone that's liked, recently subscribed, people that have shared it around, commented, just genuinely been around, joining in while we're having a good time on the channel, thank you very much. I do value all of you, and this is a little video that some of you have wanted me to do, so basically it is kind of me giving back to you. I'm going to enjoy it a lot myself as well, but maybe you guys are going to find out some stuff about me that you've wanted to know for a long time. So I think we'll get straight into the questions right now. I am going to be answering like the most asked ones first, so people where loads of people have asked them, be answering them at the start. I'm not going to like credit a certain person where loads of people have asked the same question, but if I did manage to catch your name for the question, I will say it. Some of you have done more than one question as well. Some of you that have got some very good questions where you've asked more than one, I have let you have 2 or 3 questions. If you didn't get your question in, I probably will be doing another Q&A eventually. Maybe if we get to 10k or even more than that, that might happen. I don't know, but we'll get into it right now with our first question, which a lot of people already know about me. Some of you will know a few of these already if you've been around the channel for a long time, but this is one where if you're new to the channel, you can come on this video and you can learn a bit about me, or yeah, you might just not know these. You might have not been around the channel when I've been answering these questions before. So we're going to start off with which football team you support and why. And I think everyone can see this quite obviously. I'm wearing one of my shirts from them right now. It is West Ham United. Have supported them for a very long time, basically since I was born. I've had a West Ham shirt since I literally was below 1 year old. But I've been going to games. I've had a home season ticket since I was about 6. Yeah, that is a pretty long time. I've seen us in the Championship. I've seen us challenging for the League Cup a few times. Obviously, it hasn't gone to plan. We haven't won anything. Yeah, I've had some ups, we've had some downs, multiple stadiums, some good players, some bad players. But overall, yeah, I'd say it's been an enjoyable experience overall. But of course, I have to answer why as well. Basically, I didn't have a choice. Well, obviously I did have a choice, but my dad supports West Ham, my granddad supports West Ham. It goes back a very long time, my family supporting West Ham, at least about 80, 90 years even, which is a very long time to stick by a football club that haven't won a trophy since 1980. So yeah, I do support West Ham, they are my team. I do have a bit of a follow-up question to that, which I think I'll answer now. It was only asked by one person. I do believe, I'll have a look here, it was favourite football team, which isn't West Ham. So like, if you didn't support West Ham, who would you support? That was asked by King Kenzie, so thank you Kenzie, obviously one of the regulars on the channel. You recognise him if you're hanging around in the streams quite often. He said who's my favourite football team after West Ham. For ones I support, I've been to a few Charlton matches, so I think I'll go for Charlton because some of my other family support Charlton, so I've been to a few games there. Went to the Sidemen match there as well, pretty enjoyable experience. Hopefully Charlton can get out of the sticky situation they're in at the moment. So you guys might want to research that if you haven't already. Charlton do need a bit of help just to keep the club going, and hopefully they can remain because they are a club with quite a lot of history. Of course, they've played in the Premier League, and hopefully they do manage to get over this and get back to where they belong. So next one, why is your channel called It's Kbo? And obviously people are going to want to ask because they're not going to know where it's come from, so I can explain where the Kbo bit comes from. The it's is just like the prefix. A lot of people used to do that on YouTube, just put that and then a nickname or their name. And Kbo is a nickname. It's one that my family gave me a long time ago. I don't know why, but they've just called me that for a long time, and that's what I decided to put as my channel name, and it's kind of stuck. People do still call me Kieran. I don't really mind, but it's what you guys want to call me, so yeah, that's the channel. name. It's kbo because that's the nickname that I've had for a while. So another one that we've had from quite a lot of people is, what are your favourite games to play that aren't FIFAs? Of course, this is a FIFA channel. I have done a little bit of just general football content. I think I'm going to do some more of that in the future. I'll do some predictions and stuff like that. But when I'm not playing FIFA, recently I've played a little bit of Fall Guys, started enjoying that. I might be streaming that on my Twitch channel quite soon. I'll put a link to that in the description so you can check out there. I'll be streaming on Twitch as well as on YouTube. Some of them exclusive to Twitch, some exclusive to YouTube. But yeah, Fall Guys is one. A little bit of Overwatch sometimes, although that can't happen too often. It gets quite toxic quite quickly on Overwatch. Black Ops 3 as well, gone back, done quite a bit of zombies on there, do like the Easter eggs, things like that on Black Ops 3. So Black Ops 3 is going to be one of them games that I always play. I do absolutely love playing it. Apart from that, not much really. Those are the games that I've been playing the most recently. Since NBA became free, that's been a good one as well. I've seen a lot of stuff in NBA that maybe should be in FIFA, like the neighbourhood, things like that. But I'm not very good at that. Haven't really been able to do very well because I don't really know what I'm doing. But overall, they're the games I've been playing the most, and maybe I'll play them on Twitch. You got any suggestions of games I should play, just drop them down below, and maybe I'll get round to them eventually. Dapper Media asked the next one. He said, who's your highest rated player on FIFA? So my highest rated player on FIFA 20 is the same as my highest rated player on any FIFA. Got him about 2 weeks ago. It's that Team of the Year, the league that we did get from a player pick on stream. Yeah, that's a pretty easy one to answer. That's my highest rated FIFA player. Alright, Zeptron asks, what's your best draft? I can't actually remember. I'll probably go for, I think it's 193, 194 on this FIFA. I think I did get 194 once on this FIFA. I'm not completely sure though. I know that's not the greatest answer in the world, but I just don't know. Overall, I did get a 195 on FIFA 16, and I think that might be my highest one ever, so that is my highest rated draft. You guys have seen, if you watch the streams, I'm not great at building drafts, but it's fun. Something I like doing, even if it costs 15k a pop. So, Matt Cornwall has got our next question. It's another West Ham related one. What's your ideal West Ham related transfer window? So I'm guessing this season it's realistic, but also who would I like to sign? So there's a lot of dead wood I think West Ham have got to get out of their squad. People do like Anderson. A lot of people that don't support West Ham don't see him all the week. They just see the good parts of Felipe Anderson. They think he's amazing. But I think he's got to go. He scored 1 goal all season. Somehow got a team in the season. Really didn't deserve one. Yeah, he just doesn't seem to care enough to be in the side. Lanzini, I think, is past his best as well, so maybe sell him. Yarmolenko's on high wages. Obviously, he did score that goal against Chelsea, which kind of started our revival, keeping us in the Prem, but he just doesn't play enough. And maybe a few other players we should offload as well. Obviously, Jetty is already gone, but I think we need to try and get some younger players in, especially in the full-back positions. We do have Ben Johnson who's come through. He can play on the right or the left, but obviously you can't replace Cresswell and Fredericks with one player, so yeah. Maybe we'll right back. Someone like Matty Cash from Forest would be good. Apparently we've overlooked him. We've already missed out on Anthony Robinson playing fullback as well, so that's not too good. I would like Eze in the middle. That's one we've been linked with heavily from QPR. I do think that would be good. It would mean that we can move Dejan Garner out wide, coming back on loan from West Brom. So I think attacking we're actually quite good. Maybe a reserve striker would be good, because we have Haller and Antonio, but not really anyone else. Maybe a third striker is needed, but it's not a priority. We just need to sign defenders, so I'd say Matty Cash probably. I wouldn't mind someone like Malangsar on a free transfer. He's going to have high wages, but Sullivan and Gold, the West Ham owners, they're not very good, but they do love a free transfer, and I think that would be a good one, even though a lot of clubs are going to be in for him. So Malangsar, Matty Cash, and Eberechi Eze, because we don't have very much money to spend, so I think realistically that would be good business for West Ham, while also offloading some high wage players that aren't actually very good. So our next one is another one from Kenzie. He says, who's your favourite YouTuber? And this is a hard one. This is a hard one to answer, because there's a lot of good YouTubers out there I like watching. Of course, there are some ones that everyone watches that I do really enjoy. The Sidemen videos are obviously class. Everyone loves the Sidemen videos. Mr. Beast as well. He's up there. If we're talking FIFA, Squad Builder Showdown is really the only thing I watch consistently at the moment. Do still enjoy that. It just doesn't get old, I think. It is just a really entertaining series. So big up AJ3 for managing to continue that on for so long. I'd love to be on it one day. Maybe that'll happen. You never know. But I'd say, like, back in the day, obviously KSI was a good one, but I did also watch quite a few of the smaller ones. I did like watching Kazooie. His Skill into Glory series back in the day was pretty amazing. Also, Chris MD's Road to Glory. If I had to pick one YouTuber at the moment, I'd probably say for who I watch the most, probably Mr. Beast, because he's like one of the only ones where I watch every single upload they do at the moment. So that's who I'll say for now. I know it's a pretty boring answer, but I just do think he does make class content and gives back to the community quite a lot as well, so I'll go with him. Imad asks how old are you? That's Imad Gaming there, another stream regular. I am 17 at the moment, that's all you need to know. I'm not going to give you all my personal details, but there you go, that's my age, I'm 17. So I think school year kind of goes with that as well. I am in year 12, because I know that is a very similar question people seem to ask as well. Pretty straightforward one there. Liam is up next. Brosboy, would recognise him from stream as well. He says, do you have siblings? Do you have a girlfriend? And
I prefer really not to speak.
Right, moving swiftly on. Caden has asked, who's your favourite player right now? And I don't know if he's asking about West Ham or just in general. For West Ham, I mean, it's got to be Declan Rice. Obviously, Antonio has been playing well. Jared Bowen and Souček as well. But I think it's got to be Declan Rice. He just brings our squad to an entirely different level. He just seems to be a lot better than the other players that are out on the pitch. So it's just great to watch. When he has the ball, his passing, his vision is very, very nice. He rarely gives it away and just does some really, really satisfying pings across the pitch. He's really good to watch. And then his defensive awareness as well. He's starting to become a good leader. Maybe he could be captain instead of Mark Noble in the next few years. But for West Ham, I'd say him. Overall, favourite player right now, like who does play for West Ham. I do like watching Alphonso Davies. A lot of you in the stream know how much I like watching him, especially when they play Bayern Munich, his little run. It's just his runs. I love watching his runs. They're just so satisfying because he seems to put in no effort and just runs for everyone. Or maybe Jadon Sancho, because I do love a bit of skill as well. And that moves us on to our next question, which is from Luz, who says, who's your favourite player ever and they can't play for West Ham? And we're going to stick with the skill theme, similar to Jadon Sancho. I'm going to say Ronaldinho. Class. Absolutely. Just watching him play, he didn't care. You can see that he's brought up on cage football, street football, that kind of thing in Brazil. He just did stuff that a lot of other players just wouldn't dare to do on a football pitch. And it was just so nice to watch. Go back and watch his compilations. I was quite young when he actually played. So I only saw like the end of his career. But he was still pretty good then, still whipped out the odd trick and whatever, but I've gone back and watched him quite a lot, and it's just amazing watching him play. Just one of them players where you just wish you could be like them, really. Got another one that quite a few people have asked next, and it is, what's your favourite football moment? And there's quite a few, of course. For West Ham, I'd say the playoff final, because obviously a lot of people ask my favourite West Ham and my favourite overall, so the playoff final where Vaz Tay scored at the end, I'll try and insert a clip here. If you haven't seen one, it's because it got copyright strikes, but hopefully you have seen that. Overall, probably Deeney's goal for Watford. That was amazing. Aguero as well, I remember that. That was insane. Or Barcelona's 6-1. There's a few up there, but overall I'd probably say, just because the penalty up the other end just has an extra dimension to it, the Leicester-Watford game where Deeney scored from the Leicester penalty, that was basically unheard of. That was pretty amazing. Another one here from Kenzie next. Where did you find your love for Sal? And if you don't know about Sal, we love him on this channel. Absolutely goated. Yeah, he's a bit of a meme. We like referring to him a lot when we pack him. Absolutely amazing. I have to try and stick him in every team as well. And I don't think I'll be able to find a clip, so I'll just try and explain it. I was opening like some upgrade packs, and I did a no-look one, and I got Sal in it. And I didn't realise who it was. Like, I was asking the chat, and they were spamming Sal in the chat, and I was like, okay, we'll do a draft. If we get Sal, I'll make it up to him by picking him. And I did get Sal, and he was absolutely, just the 85 Sal, absolutely amazing, right? He was in a team of, like, team of the years, team of the seasons, icons, all of that. He ran the show, 85 Sal, scored the winning goal, got a few assists as well. Absolutely amazing. Since then, he's been a club legend, so that's where Sal came from. I could try and find the clip, but I think I won't be able to, so I just can't remember when it was from. Hussein Taha. For the next one, he says, you're British, right? And you are right. More specifically, I'm English, and even more specifically from that, because England is still a big place, still has a lot of different cultural differences around the country. I'm from London overall, so yeah, I am British, mainly from London. Upton Park or the Olympic Stadium is our next one. That's Preston Anderson asking that, and very West Ham related question here. It's got to be Upton Park. Has to be. I have been to both. I've actually been to more games at Upton Park than the Olympic Stadium. Trying to think. I spent about 7 years going to Upton Park and about 4 going to the Olympic Stadium, and the atmosphere is just so much better. Obviously, you can say Olympic Stadium is bigger, more revenue for West Ham, stuff like that. But our deal when we went to the Olympic Stadium was, you're going to lose Upton Park, you're going to lose that atmosphere, but you're going to have more fans in there so it can be louder. And we're going to the Olympic Stadium to be successful and buy good players, but they haven't bought good players. The board have been hanging on to their money quite a bit, and we haven't seen the good football we expected. But at Upton Park, we were fine with not playing the best football because the atmosphere was so good. Everyone's still enjoying themselves. Everyone was familiar with where everything was. And like at the new stadium, you don't have like the same atmosphere around the stadium as well as in it. a lot of the shops around there. West Ham fans will know, like Nathan's and a few of the shops down there, like the Pie and Mash shop. People just used to really love it. The community there was quite good. At the Olympic Stadium, you don't get that. It's a lot more corporate, a lot more plastic, I'd say. So Kai asks next, what happened to the Warzone streams? Yeah, I did one stream on Warzone. I just said I'd do a Warzone stream because people were asking for it. Maybe it'll come back on Twitch eventually, but I didn't really enjoy playing it that much. Warzone is a game where I couldn't really concentrate on that while trying to commentate as well, especially because I'm not very good at it and people don't like watching people that aren't good at Warzone. Like on FIFA, on games like that, it can be funny watching people that aren't good. Like people used to love watching Rotashaw when he was playing Pink Slips because he lost and it was funny to watch him be angry and stuff like that. But with Warzone, I don't think that's the case, really. I think it's a bit different in Warzone, so it wasn't brilliant. And also, I was trying to invite a lot of you guys to play, and people were starting to argue about whose turn it was and stuff like that. When I had a list, and people were trying to even argue with me about whose turn it was, and I just think that was a bit stupid. But maybe it'll come back eventually, you never know. Ty says, what is your favourite activity besides football? And I think that's got to be making YouTube videos, hasn't it? It seems to be one of the main things I do apart from football. Obviously, I do have other activities that I'm into as well. So let's say football wasn't a thing. If I couldn't play football, then obviously FIFA wouldn't exist as well. Maybe I'd play a different game on here, like Call of Duty or something like that. I don't know, but yeah, that is my main thing is really football. So I don't know what I'd really do if it didn't exist. That does sound a bit sad, doesn't it? Obviously, I'd probably find something else to do. I do read a bit, I guess. I try and learn to play piano, but I'm dreadful at it. I can play a few FIFA songs, starting to get with that. I'm not going to play anything right now. One, because I embarrass myself, and two, because, yeah, the copyright monsters will come for me. The copyright police will come and take down the video. The next one is a very controversial one, right? Liverpool fans, I'm sorry. Okay, do not come at me. It's who is the most overrated player in the Prem. That one's been asked by Kenzie. I've said this in stream before. Trent Alexander-Arnold for me. Obviously people are going to get annoyed at that, people are going to disagree, you're entitled to your opinion, that's fine, but I don't think he can defend, and he's a right back. I get he attacks as well, and he's really good at attacking, but he can't defend. Like, if I'm looking at the England team, and we need a right back, for England he'd have to defend, and I would rather play Walker or Wan-Bissaka over him, and you have to look at it as well. If you put Trent in a bad team, say you put Trent in like, say, well, maybe not Burnley, so maybe someone that got like around the relegation zone, someone like West Ham, or, well, maybe not West Ham because their fullbacks are that bad, someone like Aston Villa, or even mid-table teams like Everton or Crystal Palace, would he really play that well if he played for a mid-table team? Obviously, you put like Salah or Mane or Van Dijk in one of those teams, they still play really well, but Trent, would he still play well in a bad team when he has to defend more and he doesn't have that freedom just going forward? I think he'd get exposed and you'd see that he's not actually really that good. No offence, Trent, but I don't rate you. Right, so on to our next one. One that a few people have asked me again, but mainly this one has been asked by David Lupian in one of my streams a few weeks ago. He says, does YouTube give you any money? And yes, they do. YouTube do give me money. Once you have 1,000 subscribers and people have watched over 4,000 hours of your content, YouTube can put adverts on your videos, and that's how you make money. I can tell, obviously, people are interested in this because they want to do YouTube themselves. They want to see if maybe they can do it as a job, something like that. But what I'd say is, yeah, I can't obviously say how much I earn really because that is confidential information. It does change throughout the year. Like around Christmas time, there's Christmas adverts on, so there's more adverts. People are willing to pay more for those adverts so YouTube can give you more money. But yeah, like other parts of the year, it won't be as good. So it does change throughout the year how much money you earn. But I'd say it is a good amount, especially if you're just doing it as a hobby and it's not your job. For me, I do earn enough money to be able to buy FIFA and sustain myself, do a few other things. So yeah, I do earn money from YouTube, but how much will remain a mystery. Next one is favourite song. That's from Ty Chavez. And absolute banger this. I think I can play it. I don't think it's copyright struck. So we can have a little listen now.
Come on, Wilfried Boney. Score some goal for Swansea. We go wide, wide, wide. Wide, wide, wide. So come on, Wilfried Boney. Score some goal for Swansea. We go wide.
Absolute banger, what can you say? Moving on. We've got only a few more left now, but Cameron Moran, another stream regular, says, what is your favourite silver card ever in FIFA? And there's quite a few, obviously. Cristiano on FIFA 18, absolute legend. Insane card, but obviously he was stupidly expensive, so I'll go for one that was cheap. FIFA 11, FIFA 12, I didn't play that much, especially online, because I was maybe a bit young to be playing online then. I do remember cards like Wallison being very good, but I don't think I played with them enough, and obviously that El Shaarawy is pretty legendary as well. But around the FIFA 14-15 era is when I probably started playing online, and that is around the time that silvers stopped being good, so there's a few silvers there that were still good. Elton is who I'm going to go for, or maybe Vitinho, between those two, because I did a series similar to Chris MD's, well, sorry, I ripped off Chris MD's Neymar's Road to the World Cup, and I did Neymar's Road to Copa America. I don't think those videos are still out on the channel, and they might be, you can go looking for them, but Elton, the cam, and Vitinho, who's a centre mid, absolutely insane. Elton's famous for being short, of course, but his skills then, because strength didn't matter as much, his skills, his shooting, he was pretty nice. He was a really nice card to use, really enjoyed him, because I do like skilling on FIFA, so Elton's my favourite silver card ever. So, moving on, Moaz says, who do you think is going to win the UCL? He asked this before the quarterfinals, so I'll tell you what my kind of predictions were for the Champions League. I had Atalanta to beat PSG, had Man City to beat Lyon. I did expect Bayern to beat Barca, and also the last game, who even played in the last game? I've completely forgot. Leipzig beat Atletico, didn't they? Had them to win. I was expecting Bayern to be the team that goes all the way, so I think that could still happen, but I didn't expect them to be playing against, I think it's Lyon they're playing against. I'm not sure of how the tournament tree works, but I think that's about right. But I think Bayern are going to beat everyone, especially after they smacked Barcelona, but even before that I had them as favourites to win. After they dismantled Chelsea and Tottenham and a few other teams very, very easily. Expect Bayern to go all the way. I think they're the best team in the world at the moment. So, Lee Campbell is up next. Someone who lets me open his packs all the time, so we do like Lee Campbell on the channel. If you could meet 3 footballers, who would they be? I don't know if this is of all time or if this is like current footballers. We'll go with current. And maybe we could do all time as well. But currently, Declan Rice, because I need to meet a West Ham player. Maybe Erling Haaland. But then, if you meet Erling Haaland, he wouldn't really speak, would he? Because you've seen him do interviews. He doesn't like doing interviews. But maybe him. Maybe someone that would be a bit of a laugh. Obviously, there's Messi and Ronaldo, and there's people like Neymar and that. So maybe one of them. If I had to pick one, obviously, Messi doesn't really speak English, so it's got to be Ronaldo to talk to. I think they're both equally good. If I had to pick one, maybe Messi on his pure talent, but Ronaldo's been doing it for so long. I've just got to say maybe Ronaldo would never let his team lose 8-2 in the Champions League. So I'll say Ronaldo, Haaland and Declan Rice. What a team that would be if we had those 3 in the same squad. So next up, we've got a question from Action Hannah 55, another one of the stream regulars, and she says, do you have any pets? And the answer is yes, I do, and I'll see if I can go and get him for you right now. Yeah, I do have one pet. This is a cat. His name is Mau Mau. We didn't pick it. It was already named like that. Don't know why that's his name, but it is. Yeah, he'll only stay for a second. See, he's looking bored already. Doesn't like being picked up. I'll put him down. I'll let him get on with his day. But yes, I do have pets. There he is. Right, so Ty has got a last question here, and he says, not what's your favourite food, what is your favourite snack? And, well, got to think about it a bit. I haven't thought about this one yet. So not an actual food, not an actual meal, maybe something you have as a bit of a snack. I don't know if they do these in other countries, but this is what I'm going to go for. I'm going to stick a picture up on the screen of these legendary sweets right now. Squashies, we love you. Absolutely amazing. There's a few other, obviously, sweets that are good as well, but I'd say they're probably my favourite. Maybe jelly beans, don't know, but for something to eat that's just like a small snack rather than an actual meal, I'd probably say those. So, that was the last question we've got here. We've answered quite a few. Hopefully you've all enjoyed it. If you made it to the end, then thank you very much. We love your support here on the It's Kbo channel. You got any responses to these questions? Any way you think I should have answered them differently? Got any contrasting opinions to me, especially on the food or the UCL or anything like that? Make sure you drop me what you would have said down below. Remember, I'm going to start streaming on Twitch soon, so hopefully you guys can come check out on there. I should already have streamed on there a few times by the time this video comes out, but all I've got to say is thank you very much once again for 5,000 subscribers. Do love you all. Hopefully we can carry on growing. Hopefully we can carry on doing well on YouTube in general, and I will see you very soon for another stream, maybe another FIFA 20 video, something like that. Whenever I see you, just stay safe until then. Goodbye everyone, and thank you very much.